Well, let's now focus on Indiabulls Housing Finance. Promoter Sameer Gehlaut has completely exited from the Indiabulls Housing Finance company. He was holding 10% stake in the company earlier. And of course, there are many other things to ask the management. So we have Gagan Banga, the Vice Chairman and Managing Director at Indiabulls Housing Finance, joining us now to discuss more on this development. Gagan, great speaking with you after a while. Thank you for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. This is Sonia. First I wanted to start by asking you what's happening at the helm, right? Because Sameer Gehlaut has now exited his 10% stake entirely. What is the game plan from here on? Any plans to induct any kind of strategic partner? There are some reports that, a corporate partner may be looking to come on board. Is that true? And over the next, say, 12 to 18 months, what can investors expect?
So hi Sonia, firstly, and it's good to see you after a really long time. Sameer's exit from the company was done over a period of 3 years. So the entire process started back in 2020, where he stepped down from the chairman's position, and Mr. Mundra, the former deputy governor, took over. And given the fact that we have a variety of stakeholders, starting from lenders and regulators, etc., we didn't want to do anything in a knee-jerk manner. So it took us about 2.5 or almost 3 years to first he exited the board, then reduced his shareholding, then depromoterized, and subsequent to that exited the shareholding completely. So as we speak, Indiabulls Housing is a board-driven company, widely held. Life Insurance Corporation is the largest shareholder, and they also have a nominee director on the board for the last 3 years. Operationally,
will you be inducting? Will you be looking to induct any strategic partner on board?
Yeah, I'm just coming to that.
Sure.
So operationally speaking, also over the course of the last 3 years, we had to kind of re-establish our business model. We've chosen to go asset light, and that model needed to be scaled up for us to be able to make any sort of projections going forward. There was also another issue that we were a company which was levered about 6.5 times. We had to bring that down. So we've reduced our borrowings by over 85,000 crores on a net basis. And now we are geared not even 2 times. So operationally, we are kind of there in terms of the company is attractively priced. It's a large franchise. And there are always strategic options when you are in the kind of position we are in, which would keep coming up. We are seized of those strategic options. We work with them. But the approach of the management always has been that we are on our own and we will continue to grow. And on that end, we have kind of set our ROE projections, ROA projections, etc., disbursal growth. All of that is that there is no strategic playout. But there are strategic options which are getting evaluated as we speak.
Right. Sameer, you said that there are strategic options which are getting evaluated as of now. The street seems to be smelling something because, the stock price has nearly doubled in the last few months, if you notice, from sub 100 rupees to closer to 200 rupees right now. So obviously, things perhaps are presumed to be at an advanced stage. There was buzz of a corporate entity looking to buy stake in the company as well. So if you could give us the nature of these strategics who are looking to buy stake in your company and at what level these various stocks are at?
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to comment on names or the nature of investors. The way that we would like to look at a shareholder is if it's going to be a dominant shareholder, they should bring something to the table which complements the franchise, be it a corporate or a private equity fund. Our retail business is back to a meaningful scale and size. We are back to being the second largest in terms of disbursements in the mortgage space amongst the NBFCs. If there is complementarity which can come in through a large shareholder, be it a private equity or a corporate, that's the kind of thought process management has. We are not really at this point in time at liberty to share more than that. All I can say is that these discussions take their own sweet time. The street has been talking about this. I have been approached over the last 2 years repeatedly. On the stock performance, that's not really my domain, but I do believe that there was a certain amount of risk which was attached to the company. And with this high level of deleveraging of 85,000 crores, which is a very, very large number, even in the global context, to reduce $10 billion is not a joke. I think that that risk element has gone away. And now it's only a question of, as we get back to growth, the stock would anyways start reflecting the true value of the franchise.
Okay. All right. Gagan, what you're telling us is that the company is probably looking at certain parameters or strategies. So, for example, net gearing. How much do you think your net gearing could probably sustain at going forward? What is your outlook on asset quality?
So, as we speak right now, we think we would want to keep net gearing in the handle of 2 to 2.5 times. We would want to, over the course of the second half, add about 100 crores of disbursals a month, so that by March we get to about 1,200 crores of retail disbursals per month. To that extent, we've already created the manpower and the distribution capacity. And this number should, by fiscal 26, mid of fiscal 26, get back to between 3,000 to 3,500 crores a month, which is what we used to do. And similarly, we are targeting a mid-teen sort of an ROE by fiscal 26. The more important number for us right now is to kind of reestablish and grow back the franchise, for which we are, at least over the next 12 to 18 months, going to completely focus on disbursals, the nature of those disbursals, and how well diversified they are through between all of our co-lending partners.
Sure. Can you also tell us how the liquidity is on the balance sheet? Just trying to understand what is the quantum of funds that are due to be repaid over the next, say, 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, so that's actually the big success story. Over the course of the last 3 years, every year Indiabulls Housing has paid 16,000 odd crores back. So we've repaid about 50,000 crores back in just 3 years at a run rate of about 17,000 a year. Just this quarter, which is ending tomorrow, we have repaid about 5,500 crores, which was the last big quarter, so to say, of repayments, which has been navigated rather well by the team. And over the course of the next 12, 24 or 36 months, we have a very moderate repayments of about roughly 400 crores a quarter, whereas our typical collection cycle is that we collect about 800 crores a quarter. I've been talking about, when does growth come back? And after all of these chunky repayments have been done, we feel that starting October to December quarter, our run rate disbursal number would be higher than what we are getting repaid. And that's how growth should be coming back. And borrowings are behind us.
Right. Gagan, we'd like to know about the absolute AUM that you're targeting over the next 12 to 18 months and your asset quality as well, because that's been a bit of a pain point for you. What kind of asset quality improvement?
So we should get to about, by end of fiscal 25, we should get back to an AUM of over a lakh crore. I feel asset quality, actually, the company has done exceptionally well. If you notice the last 2 financial years, March 22 versus March 23, on absolute value basis, percentage basis, the gross and net NPLs are down. And my sense is that we are in a fairly stable asset quality position right now. It's pretty well known that the real estate cycle has turned. So that's clearly giving us a lot of benefit, especially on the wholesale loan portfolio. And it's also aiding a lot of recovery from the past. We had, over the years, written off about 13,000 crores of loans. So we are in a virtuous cycle right now where we are also recovering practically 500-700 crores every other quarter. So in a year, if you're getting back about 2,000 crores, you're in a pretty good position.
All right, Gagan, you know, we had a lot more questions, but we'll touch base with you at another time, maybe when you have an identity change in terms of a name as well.
You want to give us a teaser on...
that you've proposed
The name
it to the
change has been
regulator.
approved by all authorities. Now we have to get into the mechanics of actually changing the identity, which should take us
What
about
is the name?
45 days.
What is the new name?
Samman Capital.
Samman Capital. All right. Wish you all the luck for Samman
Thank you.
Capital, and hopefully we will hear of any strategic investment that you're talking about, that you're evaluating as well. That was Gagan Banga, sounding fairly bullish. Targets the 1 lakh crore AUM going forward. The new name, Samman Capital. Take a short break. On the other side, we focus on commodities. Manisha Gupta joins in.